Paul is, you know, he's great at everything he does. I've been a Paul Rudd fan for a very long time, but he is not your kind of typical go-to first thought when you think of a Marvel superhero in a lot of ways. He's you know, he has a very boyish charm, and there's a, you know, I've known him as a comedy guy for so long, even though he's done other things. But I think in that sense, he adds just so much to Ant-Man. Jimmy Woo is an FBI agent. He's kind of the head of his department, and he's been tasked with basically monitoring Scott and making sure that he stays within the parameters of his house arrest. I learned a lot about Jimmy Woo, and I mean, he's been around since the 50s, before Marvel was even Marvel. It was, I think it was Atlas Comics, and yeah, it's really an honor to play him, because this is, you know, he's one of the first, from what I've learned, one of the first Asian American characters in that comic book universe that was actually a positive image. Well, you know, my background is comedy, so I had assumed that he was interested in me to bring a little bit of that to the character, which is definitely there. Outside of that, we really wanted to make sure that, you know, that there are comedic moments with the character, but that he's not bad at what he does. He's actually really good at what he does. But at the same time, while on this chase of Scott Lang, that, you know, there's some camaraderie there, you know, and there is a bit of a almost a hint of a friendship forming, and but he's still a badass FBI agent. Just to say that I'm actually in a Marvel movie, it's just so cool, you know, and playing this character with such a great history. I mean, it's all been just such a joy, and then to work with Paul, and to work with you know, my team of agents who are just such great actors and fine people. It's just been a joy, and of course Peyton and the whole crew is such a they're so bonded, and such kind people, and it's been great.
For me, it was Iron Man with Downey, and with what he did with that role and what Favreau did with directing that movie. I was just really blown away by it, and they were able to really kind of capture this tone between it being serious on the level that it needed to be serious, and humorous and exciting. That I got excited by it, and I desperately wanted to, in some small part, you know, be a part of this universe. And when this opportunity came up, I just jumped at it. Sonny Burch is in the mythology of Marvel, and he is a bit of an arms dealer. And Peyton and the writers here kind of took that and said, okay, well, what if he has a southern accent, and what if we like him, but he's a despicable guy, and he, just being around him, you know, makes you feel kind of uneasy, and it was really about just kind of capturing this tone and being an antagonist in a way that was kind of outside of what Corey did in the first episode. Well, I like the way he dresses, you know. I like the flashy kind of aspect of his personality. I like the fact that he takes it serious, but he does it with a smile on his face. Well, I mean, it was a bit intimidating, you know, when I first got here, because, you know, you're holding up another kind of piece of their legacy, aren't you? Really, so you just don't want to be the person that drops the ball. But you know, shortly after I got here, they all made me feel like family, and there are no wrong answers, and we're just trying to find the right answer, you know, whatever that is and wherever it comes from. So it's been one of the greatest experiences of my career on this level, you know, working kind of in this way. And, you know, I'm just grateful that I got an invitation. It's as funny as you would hoped it would be, but I think it will be more touching than you anticipated. And this experience, I think, for these filmmakers just kind of stands on the shoulder of the first one, and it gave them the confidence to use their imagination in ways that they didn't think possible.
Hey, Vali here. So did you like that Marvel video? Are you a huge Marvel fan? Well, I've got a cool fact for you from Iron Man. Did you know that a member of Rage Against the Machine appears in the movie? Squint and you might just make out a star cameo in the background. One member of the 10 Rings terrorist organization is played by Rage Against the Machine bass player Tom Morello, who considers himself a huge comic book geek and begged director Jon Favreau to include him in the movie. What's your favorite Marvel movie? Let me know in the comments below. Do you think Marvel always gets the castings right? Well, did you know that Howard Stark has been played by 3 different people? Jared Sanders posed as Stark Sr. in photographs in Iron Man. Mad Men actor John Slattery played him in Iron Man 2 and Captain America Civil War, and Dominic Cooper played the young Howard in Captain America, The First Avenger and Agent Carter. Who's your favorite Marvel character? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, Marvel fans, I've got a bonus fact for you. Did you know that the Avengers shawarma post-credit scene was added at the last minute? The hilarious throwaway post-credit scene at the end of Avengers Assemble, not the Thanos one, the shawarma one, was not filmed during principal photography. In fact, the late addition to the script was filmed 2 days after the film premiered in the US, as that was the only way Joss Whedon could reunite the cast. Chris Evans, in the middle of filming Snowpiercer, had to cover his beard with his hand. Okay, keeping with the Marvel theme, so you all would know that Jon Favreau got the gig that kick-started the Marvel Cinematic Universe by directing the first Iron Man. But Marvel were initially after some other big filmmakers to direct the film. Among the names on their hit list were Quentin Tarantino, there goes your 12A rating, Nick Cassavetes and Joss Whedon. Joss eventually stuck around and landed the Avengers Assemble gig when Favreau turned it down. Yes. What's your favorite Marvel movie? Let me know in the comments below. Did you know that the train scene in Spider-Man 2 cost more than $150 million to shoot? The producers had to close down more than 20 miles of New York City streets and purchase a $6 million subway train to decimate during the scene. Did you know that Hugh Jackman almost had a cameo as Wolverine in Spider-Man, but his costume got lost? Stay updated on all the latest trailer releases by subscribing and clicking the notification bell. See ya!